We have got just over 30 seconds to go, but they are all in position. That's one thing that's clear now. They all seem to have their lanes. This might be the cleanest start that we've seen so far. When does someone get on the throttle? That's the big question mark now, because they're all sat, aren't they? Just floating, ready to go. The clock ticks down 20 seconds. What's the moment? It is tense, isn't it, this one, as we sit waiting for them to get up on their foils. There's Tom Schaap. He knows he was beaten to the start. It's Team Brazil that go first. They are going to head towards the line with Marit Stromoy. The clock is ticking down. I think they're all going to judge this one. And I think Marit Stromoy might have just got it perfectly. Here we go then, off the start. But look at Blue Rising, have got it as well. Off the outside, Sarah Price was brilliant for Will Smith's Westbrook Racing. Not so great for Team AlUla and Katie Munnings. Oh, as we see, John Peters again in front of Marit Stromoy on the Team Brazil Racebird. I wonder if Race Direction will have a look at that one, because John Peters for Virat Kohli's Team Blue Rising has taken the lead from them.
Yes, he is a very aggressive starter here. Westbrook coming on the outside in smooth, lovely, clean water. But yes, did Team Blue Rising squash Marit out there? Yeah. I'm not sure.
Well, we'll see, won't we? Now they'll have a close look at it. Blue Rising lead on the water from Aoki Racing in second, and Sarah Price for Westbrook Racing from the outside might have just taken the pole position, sitters. And Team Brazil, she has got ahead, so from fifth up to third. Well, some little bit of Hollywood magic rubbing off perhaps for Sarah Price and Marit Stromoy. I thought she was about to get the start right. I'm not sure whether she had to roll off or not, but everyone got their boost right and they got ahead of her. So they have to rethink their strategy in this race now. Do you go for a long lap early? You can't do it until you've completed the first lap of the race. So it's John Peters for Team Blue Rising for Virat Kohli. Big game for Virat Kohli. India, Pakistan facing off in the Champions Trophy tomorrow, but I'm sure he'll be watching over in Dubai as we get ready for the final races. As it stands on the water, John Peters for Team Blue Rising. In second, Danny Kloss for the championship leaders, Aoki Racing. Sarah Price has performed superbly so far in this race. She's up to third. Team Brazil in fourth with Marit Stromoy, and then Katie Munnings at the back of the field in fifth.
I noticed that they all went on the throttle at 10 seconds to the start. So they've obviously all worked out it's from that straight line to the start line. Muster to start, 10 seconds.
So we now see the Aoki team have taken the lead and they are now ahead. They took the short lap on that occasion, so Danny Kloss has gone for that short lap. What do you do with your John Peters?
I would not take it. He's taking his long lap.
Taking that long lap early on.
Interesting. Getting into the clean water, which we've said time and time again, is the best move. That is a good move by Team Blue Rising.
We've heard there is a protest being put in by Team Brazil for the start. They feel they were impeded by Team Blue Rising. This is going to be close in the merge zone here. Oh, between Blue Rising and on the inside, Westbrook Racing hoping to make up a position. But I think John Peters might have just got through very aggressive as he came through. Has he got any boost there? Yeah, Sarah Price was on the boost, but unfortunately not enough to get her. But we've heard that protest from Team Brazil about the start. They were impeded by John Peters. What are your thoughts, Shelley?
It was tight. I mean, he was pushing, he was coming over a little bit, but this is racing. You know, it's a real fine line now. It will be interesting to see what he gets given.
Westbrook Racing watching on as Sarah Price goes up now into second place. She's taken her short lap, so she promotes herself up into second place. As it stands on the water, Aoki Racing lead with Danny Kloss. Then it's second for Sarah Price and Westbrook Racing. She's taken a short lap though. She has a long lap to perform. Meanwhile, John Peters in third has already done one long lap, so he will have a short lap in his back pocket. And Danny Kloss also has done his short lap, has not done his long lap. So while it looks like Danny Kloss and John Peters are a long way apart on the water, very, very similar in terms of their actual race position.
We've seen John Peters do this before. He saves that long lap right to the last minute, pulls it out of his back pocket and jumps the position.
Meanwhile, Marit Stromoy for Team Brazil heading towards the long lap zone. So she's currently in fourth place. And I think well, it's going to be close between when she rejoins, because Katie Munnings in fifth has already taken her long lap loop. She's got the boost as Marit. Is she going to be able to rejoin ahead? This is going to be tight in the merge zone between Team Brazil and Team AlUla. On the boost though for Marit Stromoy, and that's enough to get her ahead of the Brit in the Team AlUla boat.
Yes, we saw Marit yesterday do the long lap very swiftly when she was given a penalty, so she'd had a practice at it.
We have been told there's going to be a long lap penalty for Team Blue Rising coming up. We thought it was a possibility, so the protest has been upheld. So that could mean now, as we see Team Brazil at the back of the field. I mean, the penalty might upset Team Blue Rising. It does nothing for Team Brazil, does it? Out on the water. They're at the back of the field here, having started in pole, having started in the prime position. Yeah, a long lap penalty finally comes up from our race control. So that makes this race even more interesting, because it could put our championship leaders, Danny Kloss and Aoki Racing, could put them to the head of the field and straight into the final.
It's completely changed everything. This is anyone's race now. This is what I just love about the E1 World Championships.
Well, even Westbrook Racing, who were dead last and struggling, having problems, it could well put them in a good position for the place race. So we'll have to bear that in mind when we see how it all shuffles out, when they've all done their short and long laps. AlUla have done all their short and long lap. John Peters has done his long lap. He now goes for the short lap. That's interesting. So he has now got ahead of Westbrook actually on the water. Sarah Price actually has another long lap to do, but John Peters has done his long and short laps. That is really, really clever from Blue Rising.
Their strategy for emission control is perfect. Even when they're thrown a penalty long lap, they still seem to pull it out of the bag.
And he's done that long lap, he's had his short lap, and he has rejoined in second place. Yeah, that is really, really clever. And Danny Kloss still has to do his long lap.
I missed Team Blue Rising doing their penalty lap there.
Me too.
So that was incredible racing from them.
Westbrook on their long lap. So you see Sarah Price now will dig the left. It's such a tight turn, that one, the tightest one on the course. When you get out to that long lap loop, you see how narrow it is in the merge zone. Team Brazil back ahead with Marit Stromoy having taken the short lap. So on the water, Aoki Racing leading from John Peters, Team Blue Rising, Virat Kohli squad in second. Sarah Price for Will Smith's Westbrook Racing in third. Marit Stromoy for Team Brazil by Marcelo Clare in fourth, and LeBron James, Team AlUla in fifth. Everyone, apart from the leaders, have done their long and short laps. So this, as we head to the final lap now, is where it's going to get crucial, because Danny Kloss in the Aoki Racing boat has a 16-second advantage. It should be enough to see him hold on to the lead in this race, but he still has a long lap to perform.
As long as he keeps it steady around this long lap, let's watch him now. Is he going to glide it round? He should have plenty of time. We know that the long lap is about 11 seconds. He's on the boost, making sure that he stays in front of Team Blue Rising, which he does beautifully. Yeah,
he has done perfectly. He started in the third lane in this race, so effectively has promoted himself 2 spots here. They won the opening round back in Jeddah. And fighting back here today, Danny Kloss and Aoki Racing are putting themselves in a prime position, because Aoki will be going straight through into the final. Little bit of a jump out of the water there, though. It's not all done here. They've got a little bit of an advantage over John Peters and Team Blue Rising behind. 10 seconds the gap between them suggests that without that long lap penalty for Blue Rising, it would have been very, very close indeed. As we come to the line, though, it's going to be Aoki Racing after victory in the opening round in Jeddah. Wow, just digging the left wing in. Have they got a problem here? I tell you what, it's never over till it's over, is it? He somehow, despite those problems, is about to bring it to the line, or is he?
That definitely looked something there. He seemed to stick the wing in and just couldn't pull it back up, but he seems now to be back on the line.
Yeah, he's finally got there, and across the line he comes. A little bit of celebration, I think this is, from Danny Kloss. Be careful, be careful. We've seen problems with boats. 7 seconds across the line, so I think he lost 5 seconds just in that run to the line there, but it doesn't matter anyway. Aoki Racing run out victorious. Blue Rising, despite another penalty for John Peters, he's racking them up. I think he's had 3 already over the first 2 race weekends. He takes second place for Virat Kohli's Team Blue Rising. Will Smith's Westbrook promoted into third. Fourth for Team Brazil. That's going to be frustrating for them. They'll be heading into the race off.